Hey,
Hello,
hi,
how are you?
Oh, fine, thanks.
I'm Taylor.
Hi, Taylor. This is Michael. Do you have any question about the feng shui in 2018?
Well, I've never had this done before, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
let you ask me maybe some questions first.
Okay, so what's your zodiac sign?
Chinese, I'm Year of the Tiger.
Okay, so your zodiac sign is Tiger, is located in the northeast sector.
Northeast, that's where I'm based. I live in New York now.
Since it's quarter-sun energy, that tell you good to be calm in 2000.
I'll try and keep the mokeness down.
Okay, must. And then if you want to have bad luck, it's very simple. Spend time in north. The north.
North is where my bedroom is.
Uh-oh. Okay, you
Is that
should
why I don't have
avoid.
luck in the bedroom?
Probably. And then
My bed is my favorite
accident.
place in the world.
That's bad. And you see there also have 3 killings.
What?
It's bad.
Killings?
3 killing. It
3?
means man-made disaster. Natural
One
disaster.
killing is too much. What
Okay,
about
so-
romance?
Romance, simple is fly to here, south.
Because my apartment in New York is one long strip. So my bedroom's in the north, my living is in the middle, kitchen, and then bathroom is in the south.
Okay, so that means the relationship is in the bathroom.
That's kind of hot.
Kind of hard. So you better to you're gonna spend time in the south with little water.
Little water, that's right.
Not
Damn,
not
that's where
too
my
much,
bathroom
yeah?
is, and I shower a lot.
Yeah. So in that case, you may get bad peach blossom. That means you have good friend, but she's not really love you.
Oh, story of my life. Yeah. Yeah. So, my most vivid memory growing up here is probably catching the city bus and my mom telling my sister and I that we weren't allowed to play outside because when I did or would go out, I would just see the gnarliest things happening, whether it was fights or drug deals or the mahus that used to protect me at the bus stops and them working the streets as well. But to me, it wasn't like a bad thing. That's good memories to me. I like that. Like, I'm happy that I saw those things because it inspired me to want to get out, to want to do more, to want to bring back things to the islands. And I created really great relationships with that. Like, I remember all the people that were working around here. This is one of the last real neighborhoods in Honolulu that isn't, completely gutted and where the exteriors and the faces have changed, So one of my favorite spots to visit when I come home is Barrio Vintage. I just find the best vintage aloha shirts and I feel like they capture that essence of the Hawai'i I find nostalgic and love to wear. Let's go. Hi. How are you?
Welcome.
Thank
So
you.
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
What a surprise.
It's like he has the best collection of vintage aloha shirts I've ever seen.
We do.
And especially, I'm a Chinatown native, so I love this neighborhood. I always have to stop by your shop. It's so funny because one of the ones I got here, I always wear it in the mainland. They always ask me if it's Gucci. Always.
Do you ever lie and say it is?
I never do. I always tell them that it's vintage. It's even more street cred, you know?
No, it truly is. Yeah, that you picked it up in Hawaii.
Exactly. Like, this one is so sick.
No, that is it. I know, the equestrian print.
What?
Isn't that wild?
Why did you choose Chinatown for your store location?
I just felt that it was one of the more original places on the island. I feel like there's a definite artful community down here. And I think that it is, I don't know, it's very fashion focused or style focused down here in a lot of ways. I think a lot of the younger communities are getting involved in business.
This is so sick.
I know, and in a neat long sleeve too. I think that's something that you don't see super often.
Definitely. I'm gonna have to come back and shop since
yeah,
we're in a rush because I definitely saw 5 that I need to try on already.
Yay, that's awesome.
everything's my favorite because I grew up in this restaurant. But I guess for me it would be either chicken katsu or something with terry sauce. So like the terry cheeseburger, chicken katsu bento. Which one? Oyako? That's a great choice too.
Oh, great.
17.50 is your change. Just be about 5-10 minutes. Thank you. Why did you decide to start this restaurant and this type of food? I actually don't think I know this answer. Is it because of Victoria Inn?
Yeah, I actually wanted to start a lunch wagon,
Oh, that's right.
and then it just got too busy, so I scrapped that idea and just focused on doing this.
What are you making right now?
The terry burger steak and the mahi and beef terry bento.
I've never seen another local bento that comes with the choices he has and the layout that he has. How come you have all those things on the bento? Was it just random, or you just thought of it?
Yeah, a different variety of different type of food.
I love that you put cabbage on the plate lunches and in the bentos. Perfect regular size bento. Mixed bento. Choose 2 proteins. You make those egg rolls by hand. Like, he flips it like hundreds of times. It's amazing. You know what's funny is, you know Din from New York? He just sent me an email asking me how you make that egg. I don't want to tell him. It's like a family secret. Why did you choose Kamiki for the shop?
I used to work down the street, and my friend that I worked with, he was into real estate, also cooking. That's a mahi beef terry, right?
Mahi, yeah. Tartar sauce.
So I asked him if he knew of a place that's really small,
Uh-huh.
so I could start a lunch wagon.
Oh. What year was this?
1981.
Was there a reason for the time of year that you opened?
My grandmother picked that specific day.
Oh,
so
that's right, Obachan, right?
Yeah.
Was it like a
I
superstition
didn't
or?
know. I didn't exactly know. She just said that I was a good day to open. So I said, okay.
Did you always make your teriyaki sauce yourself?
Yes.
I love that you don't buy it bottled or pre-made. I think a lot of people don't know that, how much work goes into your sauce and how you cut all the protein into bite size, like you trim the fat off of everything. Actually, it's perfect because the guy just ordered a bento and a plate lunch, which is the 2 staples. Side of mac salad, every plate lunch has to come with. Was that like just always a local thing? Like 2 scoop rice, 1 scoop mac salad? Is that why?
I think so. It's been like that for as long as I can remember.
I think my fondest memory is definitely the tip jar thing. Like, I started working the register at 7 on a step stool, and I remember like people used to get freaked out so they'd count their change because they didn't trust like a kid giving their change back, but it was always right, you know? And I wasn't getting paid obviously because this is the family business, so I was like, I need to get paid, this is crazy. So I made a tip jar that said tips for Taylor. It's not this same exact one. I remember mine being more of like a jar, and I wrote it on like construction paper and like taped it. Well, this is like taped here because somebody like tried to steal it before. Here you go, thank you so much. On my own, like I've been freelance for 3 years. I have an agent and a manager who helps me with my freelance stuff. But prior to that, I was working in-house at Adidas and Yohji Yamamoto in Paris. So I guess in total, I've really been working in fashion for over 7 years, going on 8 years.
I mean, I went to law school,
Oh, really?
I practice as an attorney, and I think Joe and I both just shared kind of a love of brands, especially growing up surfing and being exposed to brands and identifying with, like, you're a skater, you wear skate clothes, you're a surfer, you wear surf clothes. So it's just like part of your consciousness.
Yeah. How long have you guys had the line now?
Since 2013.
Awesome.
That's when Joe had just moved home from LA.
Oh, amazing.
We went
How long
to high
were you in
school
LA?
together.
I was in LA for 5 years. So when I was there, I was doing commercial real estate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we were both on these
Just
like
random,
corporate adventures.
Yeah. Since I went to school for graphic design, any brand that has like strong typography, like I always like am interested in it and want to learn more about it. Especially having a brand today, the market's so saturated that if you don't have a strong message, it just gets lost with everything else.
What sets us apart from like a New York brand or a European brand? I think it's that connection to place. So salvage is to officially to rescue a ship from being lost at sea, to sort of set something back on its right course. So salvaging and its connection to Hawaii and the reputation that Hawaii's had for so long as being kind of like tacky or kitschy or for honeymooners. Salvaging that so that we can sort of change the way people view Hawaii. So this is fall winter 18.
Okay.
So this is the stuff we're like hustling to design. I think the challenge that we face as a Hawaii brand is that Hawaii is not a cold weather place.
There is a need for it because there's not a lot of places that do carry like easy outerwear pieces or just pieces to layer. And it's nice to see it from a local brand versus like just going to like an H&M or something and getting a jacket.
We sort of wanted to really just start with a motif that was somewhat familiar to Hawaii, Polynesian cultures, this kind of triangle that wraps. So the triangle, has different, meanings culturally, mountains obviously, and the other sort of notion that came to us was this idea of harmony, so the triangle representing lokahi.
When I shop, a lot of winter stuff is naturally dark, and I think that people do want color, and so that's something to really keep in mind when you're doing fall collections, is embracing that palette of where we're from and it being sunny, I love this. This reminds me of like the classic Patagonia jacket.
Yeah.
Is that the...
That's what the logo is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
That's
you'll
amazing.
see that in different places. I mean, it's
my
more
dad will
prominent.
love that. He's always like, oh, look at Mount Leahi, it's so green. Well, greens and pinks are definitely trending for spring 18. So especially these like dusty roses and these like sea foams and pistachio greens, these minty greens, like I saw a lot of collections using it. So I think that's great. It's so awesome to like see these like native prints like hanging next to other brands that are like contemporary brands, It just like really represents where we're from and people have no idea. Have you guys seen like Raf Simons taking over Calvin Klein and like the most recent runway show? They're all carrying these quilts, but these remind me of like what my grandma had on our beds and like in a good way, Yeah. It's just so nostalgic. I love this so much.
My mom made it.
Your mom made it?
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
She's sick. We need to hang out and I want to quilt with her.
Yeah. This is the red.
Is that your lookbook?
This is the lookbook for spring.
Damn, that's
summer.
quality. Yeah, like this. That's
Yeah.
tight.
So that's the red and white.
You already, you don't need my advice.
I think
you already
maybe,
did it.
yeah, maybe Raph saw that and then he
He was like,
was like,
I have to do this.
Yeah.
This is so tight. That's a look.
The denim.
I'm into that. That's a look. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so nice to see like an elevation of, like it still feels like something designed from here and a local brand, but elevated, Because it's what's comfortable. It's so nice to see like our generation really push that to the next level and then people actually respond to it. I have to make sure I make time for the beach when I come home even more so. It's like you miss it even more when you don't live here, I don't know, it's weird. It's like I feel like a new person when I land and then go to the beach and jump in the ocean and get out and just lay there. I always think that coming home, like the longer that I'm here, the quicker I want to get back to New York or to LA, but the longer that I'm here, as I get older, the more I want to stay. And I think that's what's been something that like I find beautiful and makes me happy and sad at the same time. It's like a bittersweet, you know? But like looking out at the horizon kind of just reminds me how small I am in a beautiful way. I guess a rebirth in a sense. And that's why I always feel like I really need to come home.